Super Mario World was the biggest evolution in Mario before 3D. You now had not just a world to explore, but you had new power-ups and also new moves that Mario could do. Not to mention, Yoshi saw his debut here. Super Mario World is probably more well known than any other Mario title, with the exception of the original Super Mario. Mario had the same classic mission, to save the princess, going level to level, but there were more secrets, more things to see. Not to mention, the graphics saw a sizable bump from their NES counterparts. This game had an obvious effect on the industry as it would raise the bar yet again on what the platformer to live up to was. But did it deserve its place in the Hall of Fame? We'll find out today on Bridging the Gap. We're going to be rating Super Mario World with the 5 pillars of a good game, being difficulty, where we will identify how well balanced the game's difficulty is, graphics, where we will look at how well the art style and in-game recognizability of the graphics hold up, conveyance, where we will look at how well we know what to do and where to go in the game, story/progression, where we will see how satisfying it is to progress further in the game, and replayability, where we will see if the game has any lasting value for a second playthrough. Pillar 1. Difficulty. Super Mario World had a difficulty that was inconsistent at best. You have extremely easy levels at the beginning, which is expected, but then the difficulty can quickly ramp up. This is especially noticed when you go through the Star Road levels. The levels aren't even the same difficulty though. You'll have easy levels mixed in with hard levels later on, and it just feels weird. Of course, this is paired with the comically easy bosses throughout the game, so beating the final baddie at the end of the castle doesn't feel at all satisfying. I really like the game, and I know a lot of the gameplay is based on mastering the controls, but the game isn't consistent in its scaling of difficulty. If the consistency was there, maybe I could rate it higher, but with how scattered it is, it only rates it a 6 for me.
The game had a lot of enemies, which made it difficult to get through some of the levels without getting hit. This isn't helped when the lives reset to 5 each time you start the game again from a save. This made it so that you had to restock on lives every time that you played. There were also some hard platforming sections with enemies and traps that are difficult to get past. The very difficult levels are paired with very easy bosses, which just feels disconnected from the rest of the game. This is why I leave it at just a 5.5.
Pillar 2. Graphics. I love the art style of the SNES Mario. It feels cartoony, colorful, and everything that the series would keep for later titles up to today. The levels are easily recognizable, most of the time. There are certain parts of levels that are less clear than I would like them to be. This makes it so that most levels can be cleared with no confusion, but some levels randomly obscure jumps, requiring a bit of a leap of faith sometimes. The upside though is the bonus graphics. I love to finish Star Road as quick as I can to unlock them, and the results are always beautiful. I've played the game so many times in these graphics that after Donut Land, I kind of forget what the rest of the game looks like without it, because it's always there. It gets a strong 8 from me.
I really like the art style of the graphics. You can easily tell the difference between the background and platforms and blocks. You can also tell the difference easily between enemies and items. The only reason it doesn't sit at a perfect 10 is the bonus graphics are a little weird for my taste. The incentive to finish Star Road is big, and the reward is worse graphics in my opinion. For that, it sits at an 8.
Pillar 3. Conveyance. Mario has pretty simple conveyance throughout. It's a 2D platformer, and it's hard to shake up the level design too much. They were able to do a bit with Ghost Houses and Star Road, however. They added levels that use going in all directions to create a very nice challenge. Some of these levels, Ghost Houses in particular, can get a little tricky to solve though. For that, it doesn't get a perfect 10, but instead sits at a 9.
Platformers have simple conveyance. You keep going right until you get to the end of the level. The exception to this is Ghost Houses. Their finish can be just about anywhere. This is good to shake up the levels, even if it's a little confusing. That's how it gets an 8.5.
Pillar 4. Story/progression. The map animations are on point when going level to level. It's also really nice to see the map fill out when you get all the side levels in an area. They really left no blank areas. The animations of the castles and fortresses being destroyed were also beautiful. The most memorable of these is when Mario launches one like a rocket into a mountain. I can't think of a Mario game to date that is this satisfying in progression. This is all made better by the switch palaces that affect several levels throughout the game. Each one you find adds blocks to the levels in that area. I gotta go with the 8.5.
The map has satisfying animations when you beat a level. It's always fun to see the path extend to the next level when you advance. The story is the same as every other Mario though, where the princess was taken by Bowser and you have to save her. Other than that though, I have no complaints. It gets a 7.5.
Pillar 5. Replayability. This game has incredible replayability. Each time you go through the game, you will find different secrets, find new ways to clear levels, and find your quickest way through each of the areas. The skill gained with each playthrough makes each one unique and enjoyed more every time. I give it high praise, but I think it deserves every bit of it. I give it a 9.
The game is really fun if you look past a couple of flaws. These flaws draw back from the playthroughs a little, but it's still a solid experience. For me, it gets a 7.
Conclusion. Super Mario World lives up to the reputation that it had. It keeps all the good things from the NES games and adds more that will be kept for generations afterward. There really isn't much to add to the commentary on this game by now, but I'm glad that its mark was left on the gaming industry. Great platformers, one after the other, have seen inspiration here, and hopefully they will continue to do so. The overall rating we leave it with is a 7.7, and our suggestion for the future of the game is for continued preservation. The game plays well as it is, quirks and all, and it should stay around for the future as well. The SNES Online for Switch is a good step, but I can't help but feel like Nintendo could do more to bring the game to other platforms as well. This is Melting Data and Dark Crusader. We'll catch you in the next castle.